Hey everyone, welcome to Two Car Pros. My name is Ryan, and today I'm going to show you exactly how to change the battery for a 2014 Ram 1500 with a 5.7 liter. I'm pretty sure the battery situation is exactly the same on every engine they put in this truck, but just to be safe, this is for the 5.7. This is absurdly easy and something you could definitely do at your home garage with not a lot of tools and just a little bit of know-how, saving you hundreds of dollars. Before we get started, go ahead and put on some eye protection and some safety gloves. I know that might seem a little excessive, but battery acid's dangerous and you don't want it on your skin or in your eyes. So with all out of the way, let's jump in. So the first thing we're going to do is fold this battery cover kind of out of the way like that. Then we're going to start on the negative terminal here with a 10mm socket right here. We're just going to loosen that. And if you're using a wrench, be sure not to touch anything that isn't the open air like that. Take the negative terminal, wiggle that out, and then store it down in a way that it doesn't accidentally touch while we're working. And then we can do the same treatment to the positive side. And wiggle that terminal off. There we go. And store that down in a way so it can't accidentally touch. And then I'm going to take the battery insulator just up and out like that. And then on the side of the battery is this cleat held down by a 10mm. Let's remove that, set that aside. And then we should be clear to go ahead and lift the battery straight up and out. Just like that. So I was a little bit wrong about straight up and out removing the battery. There's actually like a little overhang here that holds on to the cleat of the battery. And that's going to be important later because when we come in with the new battery, we want to just kind of slot in right here like this underneath this ledge, and the hold down holds it down over there, and it keeps the battery secure in the truck. So you need to negotiate the battery out of there and then back into there. And obviously I can't show you when I'm putting the battery back in because, well, the battery's going to be in the way. Let's go check out our new battery. So here is our new battery. I don't have a battery hookup, just like the rest of you. I go down to Costco or a parts store or something and buy a battery. I recommend Costco. I really like their interstate batteries that they have. They seem to work really well. They have a good warranty, and they are reasonably priced. This battery was $197.10, which is pretty reasonable in this economy. Your group size for this truck is H7, and the cold cranking amps need to be 850, and then our cranking amps are 1000. Those are kind of the numbers you need to know when you're shopping for a battery. The next thing I'm going to do is remove the protections for the negative terminal post and the positive terminal post. The next thing I'm going to do is take some dielectric grease, link down below in the description, and put them on the terminal posts. A lot of people don't agree with this step and seem to think that it'll make it harder for the battery to function, but trust me when I say this will prevent corrosion in the future. But if you disagree with this step, go ahead and don't do it. There we go, now our battery is ready for our truck, but our truck isn't ready for our battery, so let's go prepare it. The next thing I'm going to bring your attention to is the cables themselves. Look down inside of there and you'll see that they are all corroded and gross in there, and we need to clean them. And we accomplish that with one of these tools. I have a link down below in the description to one that'll work for you. They're sold basically anywhere batteries are sold, except for, ironically, Costco. So you just go in there, you take a little bit of the material off in a clockwise fashion. You don't have to take off like a ton, just some. You just want that surface as clean as possible, or else it can cause hard starting issues. It can cause all kinds of things. You can even use a bottle brush like this, link down below in the description. Anything that gets that corrosion off of there is what you're looking for. There we go. Now we can see down in there, it is nice and clean and ready for the battery. So do this for both cables. Now we can replace our battery, making sure we don't sit it on any of the cables. Place it in the tray and then slide it forward, so the foot kind of goes under that cleat that I showed earlier. Make sure the positive terminal post is facing to the front of the truck. And then we can replace our battery hold down, making sure it goes on the little ledge for the battery like that. Then making sure we don't cross thread the bolt, just get it started by hand. And grab our 10mm and snug that down. No, I'm not going to use a Torx spec. There you go. Do a shake test with the battery. Ooh, look at that. Oh yeah. not going anywhere. Then we can put our little battery insulator back on. Personally, if this was my truck, I'd probably leave it off just so gases could escape. But hey, we're doing it to the book. Then we can take our freshly cleaned cable and put it on our new battery terminal. Then grab our 10mm again. I'm just using a 1/4" socket, 1/4" drive socket on a 10mm. And just do this wrist tight. You don't have to like Hulk it down because you could strip that very easily. And then just wiggle this back and forth to make sure that there's no play on that and it's good to go. So this is the part where it gets exciting, is connecting the negative, and you always go positive then negative. Reason why I say it's exciting is because what you want to do is just touch the negative terminal to the battery and make sure it's not going to spark and get crazy and out of control, because the sparks can ignite the hydrogen gas that the battery is getting off and potentially damage you or the truck or just bad things. So what we're going to do is just touch it and make sure it's not like getting crazy. It's okay if it sparks like a little teeny bit, that's fine, but if it like really gets out of control, you have an excessive draw somewhere in the truck, maybe you left the ignition on, maybe there's a light on, headlights, something like that. But this one's just fine, so we're gonna go ahead and slink it all the way down on top of the terminal. And then again, 10mm. And we're just gonna tighten that down, making sure you don't accidentally touch the positive side. Just like that, making sure you can't move it back and forth. There we go, that looks awesome. And that battery is installed. What we can do is just flip over our little protector, and there we go. So that is how to replace the battery on a 2014 Ram 1500 with that 5.7. Like I said, super easy, saving you hundreds of dollars. This battery, like I said in the video, was $197.10 from Costco at the time of recording in 2025. Pretty affordable considering even the ones at a normal parts shop was close to $300, and if you take it to a mechanic, he's probably going to charge you $500 just to put a battery in. This is not worth $500. You can do this yourself, no problem. And don't even worry about doing a BMS reset. I've been driving the truck around. It doesn't seem to even need one, so don't worry about that. It seems like the battery is just plug and play, and you're good to go. Thank you so very much for watching. If you found this video helpful or interesting at all, please consider becoming a member down below by clicking that join button. It is a direct way to help out my channel. Other than that, a like, comment, and subscription go a long way in helping my channel out in the algorithm, and I appreciate it so much. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time.